419 for a radio check.
Yeah, your radio check's working.
Break 19, driver's looking for oil change. Open bay on that oil change. Take her down channel 17 for take time.
Any westbounders out there heading towards Arizona giving owner-op a ride? Come on.
I don't know, they're all in there taking a shower or what?
Oh, of course. Getting that dinner, coffee, and all that other bullshit.
I didn't see you, driver.
That's the reason why I moved out of the way, PTL. He was trying to get in between me and you. There wasn't enough space.
They penalize us for sleeping. We can't even sleep 5 hours without losing driving time. Well, what kind of law is that?
The way I feel about it is if these truck drivers, we all need to get together and shut these highways down. It will stop it.
Yeah, it needs to stop right now.
You guys know the difference between a fairy tale and a truck driver story, huh? Fairy tale starts off once upon a time. Truck driver story starts off, this ain't no bullshit.
If these trucks would shut down for 1 week, this country would be in
3 days.
3 days? 3 days. This country would be, they shut the country down. Because nothing you eat, wear, drink, drive, doesn't move on a truck. Everything.
This restaurant right here would run out of food in 2 days. Those fuel tanks out there would be dry before dark if they weren't getting a regular supply on a daily basis of food and fuel. In return, if those trucks aren't moving, the food's not getting to the grocery store. 3 days, you're not going to have nothing but canned goods and rotten produce.
Daddy. One and only. Yes.
Home of the produce. The biggest in the world.
It's just an insane place to work.
Let's go Mets.
That's why they got a fence around here to keep us in, not to keep people out.
4 a.m. in the morning. People don't realize, how'd the broccoli get on the table? I want my broccoli. They don't realize what the truck driver does to get it here on time.
Everybody thinks it's easy. It's not an easy thing. From here, it goes 20 different places, supermarkets, fruit stands. We feed the whole Northeast here. Without trucks, America goes dead.
What we got here is we got peppers, pretty much loaded all the way to the front, packed up like that with fresh produce. It comes from California and it comes back east, and this is how it gets on the grocery store shelves. Gotta have the cowbell. To me, that kind of symbolizes the American spirit of truck driving, you know what I mean? Like the last standing cowboys. And you gotta keep it alive by putting some kind of symbol on there. It's a dying breed out there, you know what I mean? It just ain't no feeling like driving a big old truck late at night and having all the lights on it, I gotta admit, I'm definitely proud of my ride, The closet there's got all the shirts and junk in it, and then that's a pants closet, and then the TV right there, and everything in my truck has to be in a specific place. I gotta know where, my cell phone has to be here. All the paperwork on my truck has to be behind that chair. For crying out loud, I can't go down the road if my bed's not made, you know what I mean? My grandfather, he drove for many years. My father, he drove for 27 years. just a family thing. I mean, once it's in your blood, it really is hard to go find a normal 8 to 5 job. It really is, I think. Definitely got one of the best office views in the world, you know. A lot of guys make that high dollar and work in them big skyscrapers. They don't get to see what I get to see. I just wish the general public would kind of give us a little bit more respect, you know. When you see a mother talking on a cell phone, she just comes whipping up and cuts right in front of you, and she don't realize that. It only takes that split second for me to run that car over, and the kids in the back seat just don't have a choice, you know. Hey, all because mom's in a big rush to get to work on time or something. We just went under a sensor, and here's another, and if they have it turned on, it will trigger a light. There it goes. That just certifies how much I weigh. Gave me a green light. That means I can keep on trucking. All right, come on over there, tanker.
What are you guys doing pulling in square boxes?
There's 2 of us that pull these reefers all year long. Everybody else pulls them dang old bottles like you got there, right? That looks like one of our old trailers.
It is. This is what I'm pulling for quality.
Oh, TF4, are you one of our owner-operators?
Yeah.
See, you know, it's really not that boring out here. Like that guy right there, he just blew my doors off, and come to find out he's from the same company, so we'll probably run together up through here, you know. Convoys, you can't really do it no more. They say it's against the law, but we call them parades. I guess as long as you don't call it a convoy, you can't get in trouble, right? Call it a parade. We got our own little language out here. Obviously, the chicken coop would be your scale house. A bear, Smoky Bear would be your cop. A skateboard, you say, how about a skateboard? That's a flatbed. It kind of looks like a big skateboard. We'll see where the cops are right now. How about a southbound? What'd y'all leave back going north?
I went up here about the 63, and then they set up here about the 90 again.
A TO4.
But I know what this is.
When he just says 63 and 94, that kind of means where the cops are sitting at, you know? So that way when you go by them, you can put a smile on your face and wave at them.
10,000 horses. Sable Island, endless summer. Oh my God, I'm hot to steal. Beside myself in friendless number. I ain't got no culture, nothing. Dirty words, but that don't count. Flight attendants, waitresses, superstition, good amount. There's work to do, hell to pay. Memories and fingerprints, calling Papa ignorance. And I don't wanna go second time.
That's my motto. Always haul something. You know, that way when the company says they got nothing to haul, so I got something. That little plastic dump truck's got over 2 million miles on it. Doing reverse. It's got more miles than most kids going forward.
You call, we haul, you bitch, we unhitch. And if it's on the map, we'll haul your crap. Chicken haulers, they'll haul reefer units.
Thermos bottles, a tanker.
Car haulers are called parking lot.
Bed bugger. Household goods driver. I have to be an ambassador of the highway because all their worldly possessions are in my van, and it's up to me to make sure they arrive from point A to point B in excellent condition.
And he has to carry it, pack it, wrap it, and everything. That's why he's slender and I'm fat. I don't do nothing but climb up and down, throw change.
Well, I watch what I eat too.
I do too, but it don't lay on the plate long.
Yeah, well,
I watch it while it's going down because it disappears fast.
The trucking industry needs more professionals like you and I. Am I right or wrong?
That's true.
That's right.
My father was an over-road truck driver. In 1958, he was National Driver of the Year. I am the last person in my whole family to drive a truck. I was a corporate puke. I was an assistant vice president of a multi-million-dollar corporation. And at 42 years of age, I resigned my position. I looked at my wife, and she gave me that old shit look, like, uh-oh, here we go. And it turned into this. sign. We're dead in the water. Holy shit, this is not gonna be fun. Holy shit, hold on, Skippy. Emergency flashers, hello. Okay, let's find a mile marker. Damn it. Damn it. It just all of a sudden said enough is enough. So, this is not gonna be fun. So we have no power steering. So we're gonna pull over here at mile marker 180. We're in Oklahoma, don't you know? Huh. Okay. So, check engine light is on. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take and shut off the air conditioner unit.
Good morning, Wilson County and the surrounding areas. This sports program today is being brought to you live and in Technicolor by yours truly, the one, the only, the ever now and then good looking. And here he is. I need to stand up and salute my old buddy Coleman. I like that tie.
Thank you. I like it too. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Now, the subject is the high
fuel.
High fuel.
It's not stopping. It's just keeping on going. And it's not just the impact that everyday drivers are facing. What they're not realizing is the impact it's on everything that they get, everything they buy. Everything moves by truck, everything. And Monday, 3 drivers quit. Had another one yesterday arguing with his terminal. He said, you don't understand. I'm losing money to get where I'm at now. Why do I want to keep driving?
So is there some move afoot across the nation?
You would think that. You know, if the truckers would ever get organized and say next Monday morning, say, you know, we're not going to drive. By Wednesday, everybody will be at the table to discuss how they can get the prices back down and how they can make this reasonable for the truckers.
Part 2 of Coleman & Company coming up here on FM 98.9.
And it's time to check in with Chaz Kelly.
MJ, I'll tell you what, we've got mounting volume all over the place right now. In Lebanon and Wilson County, we also have a lot of volume in the Nashville metro area.
Here I sit, all alone with a broken heart. I took 3 minutes, and my semi-truck won't start.
Country and even the world as a whole, I see that it's getting less personal, you know, less caring, more bottom line, you know, more I don't care.
It's one of the saddest things I can think of. We need these places. There are nowhere near the stops we used to have and the quality of these big chains.
15 years ago, there was over 1,800 independent truck stops. Last year, there was less than 800.
There's hardly any parking in a lot of these big truck stops anymore. They don't cater to drivers no more like they used to.
They're not treating the drivers as people. They're treating them as a trading commodity.
It's a money chain out here today, and it has gotten so competitive, there's no fun left. We used to have a great time. It was, you know, you load for the coast and...
They're good, hard-working people out there trying to make a living to support their family. They get a raw deal on the road.
They're sitting behind a wheel, and usually by themselves, with no interaction. And everything needs interaction.
He's always told us to greet people as they walk in the door. It makes them feel like they're at home. When you talk to them, lay a hand on them, you know, make them feel welcome.
Terrible thing with fuel prices we're seeing happen more often. They're running out of money on their fuel cards, and they'll get somewhere and they don't have enough. You know, they bought $500 worth of fuel with $300 left on their card. That's one of the things that we go over with the girls that work the desk. You know, understand that they're more frustrated than you are. They're embarrassed, it's hurt their feelings, it's made them look terrible, and it's not their fault.
I'll probably take almost 200 gallons here, times 243, and then I gotta fuel my reefer, and that's 50 gallons. This is a Freightliner Classic XL. It's got a 515 Detroit. I have 21 pallets of honeydew melons. You know, I've been amazed at these things ever since I was a little girl. I can remember riding down the road on vacation and laying up in the back window of my mom and dad's car going like this at the truck drivers and waving at them and just being so happy, you know, out there, you know. It's like that would be the perfect thing for me because it's my world. They call me Cadillac, and my great uncle Smitty gave me that nickname when I was born. Said I was the Cadillac of the babies that was in the nursery. I did not have a good childhood. No, I didn't. I had to get away from home, and not from my dad, it was from my mother. She wanted me to be that frilly little girl, and I was a tomboy. I couldn't stand all the frilly, prissy stuff. You know, I played football with the guys, tackle football. It was more fun to do that and help my dad work on the car. My mom didn't like it any. I think that's why my mother and I did not get along very well at all. I mean, we did, but when we didn't, it was bad. And if I didn't leave, one of us was going to be in jail. So I went in the Navy right after I graduated from high school. I don't talk to her anymore. We don't speak. When my dad died, my ex-husband, that's the day that he told me that he was divorcing me and taking my kids was the day that my father passed away. I have 3 children, and I flipped. He threw me out and I had no place to go. We were living down in Georgia and I didn't know anybody down there. And for the first few months, I was living in a box. Living on the streets, eating out of garbage cans. I know that life. I had it all and then all of a sudden in the blink of an eye, it was gone. What's up?
I'll find a spot and get back up there to you.
Okay.
Just let me know if you see anything when I get out there.
We got a big truck coming out of the rest area.
Yeah, okay, I got 4-wheeler coming around. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, 4. That's Jim, my husband.
I trained her for truck driving school. She went through a month of classroom work and then spent a month with me and another lady out on the road. I was the trainer for those 2 women. She is a very good driver, and she takes a lot of criticism, you know, that is not deserved because she is a female driver out here, and she puts up with these male drivers, and it's to the point to where she's ready to choke them.
If you want to go to 19 and listen to these dirtbags, we can. That's how I feel about them.
Listen, man, I can tell you some things about that son of a bitch. I'm listening, tell me. Tell us what you know. He guaranteed me there wasn't no fucking cop. Now, I told him, I said, man, I'm tired of coming through here, can't get a damn word in edgewise, wanting to sell these drivers, jeopardize these drivers' lives over some damn drugs. I said, we need to get him off the radio or somebody's going to kill him. He said, there'd be no great loss. West Memphis, it is really bad. I have heard about so many drivers getting killed there just from walking from the truck to the truck stop. And so many people hide between trucks and stuff. It's just situations that someone like her doesn't need to be in by herself.
And she has been lucky so far that something bad, really bad, has not happened to her.
I'm gonna take my.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come out there and help you.
That one's gone down 2 degrees, and that one's still the same.
So that's down to almost 50?
That one's 53. This one's 56. I do have a couple of things that I keep with me in the truck, and one of them's a taser gun, which we are allowed to have, and then I have this little lipstick case that I carry in my pocket when I'm at some of these truck stops or shady places. My little brother gave this to me for Christmas a couple of years ago, because I've been in some situations that, you know, were uncontrollable. You know, you can't help it. I get out of the truck and they see, you know, a woman by herself, and automatically everybody's like, they surround you and they're wanting something, you know. This is my taser gun. Pull this little door back and then zap it and you touch them. I've had to use this once. These 2 guys jumped up on the side of my truck, and the one guy on this side put his hands on my window and was trying to force me or talk me into opening the doors. And I told him, get off my truck. You've got 3 chances to get off my truck. And he refused, and he started laughing. Oh, you know you want us in there and all this stuff. So I just picked up the taser gun and zapped him right between the eyes, and he fell off my truck. I almost ran over him with the trailer because I had to sling my truck to get this other guy off. Yeah, I'm taking protection, and my doors stay locked. And then I stay in my truck at nighttime. I don't get out. It's too dangerous. But I love my job. You know, that's what sucks about it. Hey, I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Took a lot for me to find out that again, you know. I almost lost my husband this last year. Another woman. He messed around on me and we started having a lot of problems, and, you know, but we're getting back on track. It's been a long, rough ride for both of us.
She has put up with a lot of my crap. These last 2 months have been very good for us, because when we don't spend time together, then we could be on different ends of the country. And whenever we first started teaming, that's the way it was. I'd be out in California, she'd be back in Ohio. And it got to cause problems in our marriage.
I think he was hurting. You know, I don't want to meet her. I don't want to see her. I don't want to talk about her. I wished it hadn't happened, but I understand why it happened. I'm over it. It's all right. We found each other again, you know, and we're going to go back to team driving and be together, because we do love each other. And he has come with me all this way from California to make sure that this load did what it was supposed to do, and that the reefer stayed running, and if that ain't love, nothing is. To come out a route like that, to make sure that his wife's gonna be okay.
We're getting ready to split up here. We gotta be in the left lane, I think. Be in the left lane up here to go to Nashville.
I have to be there by Monday. Monday at 8 o'clock. And we are in Oklahoma. It says there's a truck stop at Perry. Okay. Shit happens.
Man, I'll tell you, I love Christmas, you know, the meaning of Christmas, and I've always really enjoyed the holidays. But this year was probably the worst holiday I had. I sat at a truck stop up on 80 in Pennsylvania, and I think the highlight of the day was eating a buffet. I sure would have liked to have been with my daughter and my family and, you know, exchange gifts and all that, but if this truck's sitting still, I'm not making no money. They're not making no money. So the wheels gotta roll.
Racehorse, outright madness. Under the bridge, we'll make out like bandits. Run like a racehorse, outright madness. Under the bridge, we'll make out like bandits. Make a stop, hurry up, go away, fight it off, hit it hard, dig a hole, show the way, take it up, break it up, make it bleed, try it now, call it off, kick it out, let it breathe, tie it down. Make a stop, hurry up, go away, fight it off, hit it hard, dig a hole, show the way, take it up, break it up, make it bleed, try it now, call it off, kick it out, let it breathe, tie it down.
All right. Everybody's getting their break done? Some people have never seen the inside of a truck before in their life, and they're up here trying to learn on a big truck. Sometimes it's comical, sometimes it's scary. Come on, get in there. Set yourself up. Bag it up. All right, stop. Hard left. Let's go. Stop when you're straight with the trailer. Very nice, very nice. Let's turn it that way. Turn that way. Too much. Come on. Center up. Mike, get straight. Stop. Stop. Stop.
I don't vote, never voted a day in my life. I don't like any of them. If I can speak bluntly, I mean, it's one liar competing against another one. Let's stop and think about it. Our vote don't count. But they go by what is it, the electoral college vote or the, you know, I've heard numerous people say, well, your vote don't count. What's the sense of going and wasting my time, taking time off of work if, you know, if it's not gonna count? You know, really, you know, look through history. How many things were we as people able to change? Not many. You know, our government can do what they want, but the average Joe, we can't change nothing. It's like everybody wanting to strike. You hear that, I mean, it's big on the radio. It has been since 9/11, since the fuel spiked up there. We should, but you got too many companies that have 1,000 trucks that will never park them. So why talk about it? I think my views are pretty close to most of the guys out here. It seems everything's coming in on the truck driver. The cost for everything. Fines, taxes, and it's getting bad. Especially don't look at the future of the country, because I know it's going straight to hell. It does sound depressing, I know, but it's not really. I mean, I do love my country, don't get me wrong. I'm patriotic, but not much that little old me is gonna do. What makes me go? Right there. Those 3 children right there. That's what makes me go. That's what keeps me looking for tomorrow. And of course, hoping there's a tomorrow. That's pretty much what gets me through it out here. Is the thought that, you know, they're gonna be on the other end of the phone when I call them tonight.
I'm at mile marker 180 in a big truck, and I'm broke down alongside the road. Do you guys have a shop there? Yeah, we sure do. You do, huh? And they do towing only? 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay. You know, the nice thing about it is none of us are taking a dirt nap right now. What's a dirt nap? That's death.
I was in a bad wreck a while back where I lost my brakes. Right after September the 11th, they stopped all 18-wheelers and trucks carrying trailers and RVs from going across the Hoover Dam. And they started routing you through Laughlin, Nevada, through these treacherous mountains. And I looked back through my side mirror and noticed my trailer brakes was on fire. I mean, it was blazing like a fire. And I noticed that I lost my air and I couldn't stop, and I'm steady trying to press, so I geared it all the way down and it broke the drive shaft. And so I'm free falling, so I'm on the CB and I'm like, you know, mayday, mayday, you got a truck, a runaway truck, everybody get out the way, because you're coming down 93 and it goes into Bullhead City, which is a casino place. And you know, there's a red light at the bottom of that hill, and the only thing I can think about was killing some people. And I didn't want to do that. So I just started praying, and I said, well, Lord, I'm going to run this truck off the road. And if it's my time, it's my time, but I can't see myself killing anyone else. Picture yourself on a roller coaster, and you're going down, and there's no track at the end. That's the best way I can describe it. And all you can see yourself doing is crashing. What do? You know, I'm looking at the speedometer, it's 100 miles per hour, and I'm steady going down, you know. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I'm scared, and it's dark. I can't tell if this cliff is, you know, 100 feet down, 200 feet down, or 10 feet down, or what. I just know I'm up on this mountain, and I'm finna run the truck off the road to stop it. And that's basically what I did. I turned it, I ran it off, I held on and stuff, and I'm boom, boom, and next thing you know, it flipped once. And I remember twice, but I don't remember the third time. And then, you know, next thing I know, I'm upside down, and I was crushed inside this truck like if you would take a Coke can and crush it and try to stick your finger in it. I was mangled all up and stuff, blood everywhere. And I'm laying there and I'm touching myself, and I'm like, thank you, Lord, I'm alive. But at the same time, the trailer was on fire, the rear end of the tractor was on fire, and I'm like, well, Lord, you let me live through this, don't let me burn up. But fortunate enough, was some people that seen what happened, and they ran down on the side of this mountain, and they took crowbars and stuff, and they kind of pulled me out, pulled me up to the top, you know. I ended up in the hospital, and while I was laying there on the bed, the DOT officer come down, and he questioned me, and he said, well, did you have your seatbelt on? And I'm like, well, yes. He said, well, I don't think so. And so I said, well, why not? He said, because the stern column went through the driver's seat, and you're supposed to be decapitated right now. And the nurse was cutting my shirt off, and when she opened it up, I had this big seatbelt mark going across from my shoulder here and across my stomach area. And she said he had his seatbelt on, and he said, man, you're lucky. I said, no, I'm blessed, man. And that was probably an eye-opener for me. More than it's a job. It's a chance to enjoy some of the things you see out here on the road, from West Coast to the East Coast, from the North to the South. Things that I think I would love to show my kids. You know, I mean, they've never been here to Montgomery to see the Martin Luther King Center, or even out to California. You know, they've been to Disney World, but I mean, there's a lot of other things that make America more than just your activity things. I believe in America. I believe that you have an opportunity to be successful here if you put forth the effort. You can't expect people to just give you something. You got to go out and work for it. I mean, America was built on blood and guts, sweat and tears. And if you don't believe in the people who has done that before you, then you don't believe in America and you're not patriotic. That flag doesn't bother me. They fly that flag because of their heritage, so be it, you know, because it doesn't dictate or describe who I am in America, because I know my forefathers helped build this country, you know, so there's a lot of history in me. This country wasn't built on the Confederate flag. If anything, it could have been towed down by the Confederate flag, but you know, I mean, if you want to fly that in your yard or at your business, fine, you know, just long as you don't try to force it down my throat. Racism is a choice that you make. If you show me you're a racist, I want you to show me that, you know? So that way I know what I'm dealing with versus you coming to me, shaking my hand, and then stabbing me in the back. And I don't care where you go, what you're doing on this radio, you always find some drivers hiding behind the mic using that N-word. And that tells me that they're ignorant. But there are gonna be places that you go to that you might see all African Americans working on the dock. And if you're racist, what you gonna do? You know, what you gonna do? Like, well, I ain't picking up here, I'm gonna call my dispatch. Look, I'm a racist. I can't pick up there. There's too many black people up there, you know? I mean, come on, man, you know? Or say you're a black person who don't like white people. You know what you gonna do? Go to that dog and say, you know, there's too many crackers up there. I don't want to talk to them, you know? No, it don't work like that, man, you know? So if you're gonna be in this business, you know, you don't have to be as outgoing as I am, but you do have to be able to reach out to people.
Reputation, it always has, always will, probably, you know. We're prejudiced, I don't know, you know, just slow down, just down home folk, you know. That's the way they look at us. I hear it all the time. It don't bother me. Hey, I'm as good as the next guy. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, it didn't matter. Just that simple. My life, tougher than some, but better than most. You know, I was diagnosed with this grave disease, and my doctor filed my disability, and they sent me a letter and said I wasn't sick enough to draw it. It starts in your thyroids, and it just messes your whole system up. You know, my spleen was enlarged, your liver problems, kidney problems, everything just becomes a problem. I went down from 160 to about 102 pounds. And after the radiation, I put on like 13 pounds. But I'm still alive, I'm breathing. Now, if I'd eat too much at McDonald's and got fat, I could draw a check. Or if I fried my brain on drugs, I could draw a check, you know. But to get out here and work 30 years and make a living, you don't count. That's just the way I see it. But as long as they make these and good Lord gives me the breath, I can drive. I got to make ends meet, got to pay the bills. My kids need things, and that's, my kids have been my whole life. A few basics. Everybody's profiting but the drivers. You know, your brokers, they're cutting you, then the guy you drive for, you know, he gets a big chunk, and then by the time it gets down to you, what have you made? Because you got to buy fuel, permit, base plates, you got road tax, I mean, you got cargo insurance, you got to have your bond, your expense to death. Figure your pay up on a 24-hour-a-day basis, 7 days a week. I did that once, and I made less than $2.50 an hour. It was scary. So, you know, the day of the independent is gone, and that's what bothers me. There's a pride, you know? We all strive to be part of something, to have something, and I might not know that guy on that skateboard up there, but we were a family out here. This family has been disrupted. Everybody's against each other. I got to do better than you. I don't. No. Come on, people. Don't do that, you idiot. You know not to pull out in front of 80,000 pounds. That ain't smart. See, it doesn't matter what we do. If I hit that car because he pulled out in front of me, it's my fault because he pulled out there. I've got to be a professional, you know? I mean, I just got my health certificate, $84. You don't have to have one to drive that. You can be blind, crippled, and crazy and drive a four-wheeler.
ICC is a chicken on down the line. Well, I'm a little overweight and my logbook's are way behind. But nothing bothers me tonight. I can dodge all the scales all right. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight.
This is God's country. Nothing but a few rednecks, a lot of deer, and a lot of turkey. Damn it. Chain broke. Yep, it broke.
My mom was gone. He raised me for the biggest part of my life. He's always done everything he could for us, even if he was by himself.
You don't care what, people say about him. We might have, a house that looks like crap right now, but he does everything for his kids.
My brother Jeremy, he's 21. He's in Iraq right now. Oh, Dad misses my brother a bunch.
He's with the 2nd 114th Field Artillery, somewhere just south of Baghdad. He's always been the one that was right there. He chose to stay with me instead of go with his mother. And that bond between him and I was just inevitable. I don't like what he's doing. I mean, I was in the military and I'd have done it gladly because I volunteered to do a job, and I will do my job to the best of my ability. He's the same way. Not knowing, is it getting better? Is it getting worse? But then I talk to him and I'm listening to him. Hey, Dad, these Marines just got killed and this and that and the other. They're getting short-handed up here and
they're going to move us up here a little closer to Baghdad. One minute they're saying, oh, well, we got it together and it's getting straight. Tomorrow you watch the news and 18 more people died, roadside bomb. Well, everything going okay? No? Oh, you're kidding me. When did you find this out? I don't say nothing about how I feel about the whole situation to him because I don't want him second guessing what he's doing. He has to do this over there with his clear conscience, his guidance, not mine. Oh, hell, that I don't like it. Well, I do, but I don't. All you can really say to him is, hey, keep your head down and let them shoot you in the butt. That way you can come home. You might not sit down, but you can come home. You know, make a joke. You can't miss this leave now because, I mean, Daisy's gonna let us use the bar. We're gonna have a party. She's gonna call her band in. We done got it planned now. He knows I'm sick. I haven't told him to what extent. I've told him what he needed to know. You don't worry about that. You just keep your damn head down. I got this end under control. This end is under control.
We're gonna let the dog out for a walk. Abby, you ready to go outside? This is my road companion. Good girl. Here, Abby.
Driving with the yellow dog, I-95's got a smile on his face and big shiny eyes. Up at a decent hour, never ate yet. Got a little Johnny Cash in the old tape deck. Nothing in the trunk but some baseball gloves. Pair of jumper cables and a set of golf clubs. Blanket on the backseat, we're in rough shape. Sunroof held on with a bit of duct tape. Looking for a gas station, better make a list. Fill her up with regular, I need to take a piss. Sexy girl air freshener, stacks in a pinwheel. Pop up the fluids, clean the bugs off the windshield. There in the glove box, if you should look, you'll find 40 parking tickets and a copy of the good book. Don't bother looking, you'll never find me. I'm starting from scratch and leaving trouble behind me. Wicked and weird, I'm a road hog with an old dog singing slow songs, trying to hold on. Wicked and weird, I'm a backflip, doing backflips on your mattress. Wicked and weird, I'm a road hog with an old dog singing slow songs, trying to hold on. Wicked and weird, I'm a ratfish, trying to practice doing backflips on your mattress.
There's the logbook. It regulates the amount of time we can be on the road and our sleep period. Your federal DOT, local cops, anybody can look at your logbook and fine you for not following the rules and regulations. Okay, started out in Coon Rapids. I fueled here in Faribault, Minnesota. What's the problem with the new rules? They say, put it in this 14 hours. 11 hours driving. But why couldn't I put a 5-hour break in here, kick my feet up anywhere in here, and do another 5 hours over here? Did it for 26 years. It's forcing me to drive when I really need to take a break.
morning, sir. How you doing? We'd like you to come to the Trucking Fellowship meeting this morning at 11 o'clock. Come on in. You might find it interesting. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good morning, drivers. Thank you for stopping at Petro Atlanta. We'd like to remind you of our Truckers Fellowship meeting. It begins at 11 a.m. We meet outside in the Truckers Chapel.
I'll tell you what the truck driver told me. He was having all kinds of trouble. His wife died with cancer. But the man kept his joy. The driver kept his joy. And he didn't know the dispatcher was watching him. And he said the dispatcher come to him. He said, all that you've been through, and you still got joy and laughter in your heart. And he began to witness to him about the Lord Jesus Christ. And the man got saved. Amen. See, and that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do.
We were working on a machine that transfers truck frames, and I heard air leaking on one of the cylinders, and I reached my hand out to see if I could feel air, and the cylinder fell, and it pinched my hand, took my hand off between the little finger and my ring all the way down to the base of the thumb. It actually didn't cut it off. We had to pull it off. When it grabbed me, I hit the guardrail, I flipped upside down and was falling into the machine. And one of my maintenance guys at the last second grabbed onto my feet, back of my legs, and pulled me right out. I lost major arteries, I lost tendons, and March 12th, I was fitted for a mile electric hand. So April, May, June, July, August, I haven't even had my hand six months, and I'm driving a semi. I was almost killed up there that night, and if it wouldn't have been for that guy grabbing me, there's no doubt in my mind I would have been chopped to pieces. You know, he saved my life, and when you come that close to death, things happen to you, you know. You're a changed person. I believe that I've become closer to God and to myself after my accident than I have before my accident. I can say that I really didn't go to church faithfully before I got hurt. I believe in heaven and hell, and I believe that there's a place for me in heaven, and I'm ready to go whenever it's time for me to go. I think the end times are coming. Just because the events that are happening in and around us, the war, the way the economy's going, the attitudes around the country. You know, in the Bible it tells you there will be mass destruction. You know, look at the tsunami, killed thousands of people in a flash. You know, we're in the middle of another war. You know, you got China getting ready with their nuclear stuff. And I believe that this is where our hell is going to be, is right here on Earth. I think somebody's going to push a button and blow it all up. And, you know, when I die and I go to heaven, I'm going to be up there looking down here, and this is where the hell is going to be. I got a thing up here in my above my truck, a guardian angel that says, don't drive faster than your guardian angel can fly. So far, she's taken care of me. I've been given a second chance after my accident, and I'm taking advantage of it to the fullest. I hope I don't ever have a serious accident.
Iowa has the world's biggest truck stop. It can fit 8,000 trucks.
800 trucks.
800 trucks, whatever. I owe a lot of money.
My 15-second commute, I love it. I walk out my front door and walk to the end of my driveway and I'm in my office. My CB handle is Ladybug, given to me by a former friend who won't speak to me anymore. But they're supposed to be lucky, so I guess that makes me a good thing. Ladybug. 36 years old. I've got a husband, 3 kids. He's really a wonderful, wonderful husband. He supports me no matter what I want to do. As far as destiny, I don't know about that. I've gone through a lot of things in my life that I wish I hadn't sometimes, but in a way I'm glad I did, because even the bad parts, the bad relationships, if I hadn't gone through those things, I wouldn't be the type of person that I am now. My first husband was abusive. He tried to kill me. My son's father was abusive. He was very, very abusive. He was the one that kept me under his thumb all the time. He would get drunk and come home and beat me up. And I put myself in that position, and abusing me was one thing. That was my stupidity and my choice. But after I had my son, and he jerked my son up at one point because he was crying in the middle of the night and needed changing, you know, he was only like 2 months old, and started shaking him to get him to be quiet. And it was at that point that I knew it was time to get out of there. So I left him when CJ was 4 months old. I actually had to sneak away from him. The whole time I'm sitting in the bus stop waiting for the bus, I was scared to death, thinking he was going to come home early, see the note, you know, and come looking for me. Love will make you do stupid things sometimes, and I truly did love him. Is that, and I was scared of him too. You know, women who get into abusive situations like that, and their friends or relatives say, why don't you just leave, because that man has threatened them into the inch of their lives. If you ever leave me, I'm gonna hunt you down and kill you. I was nobody. And that's a hard feeling, to sit in a house all day long, think nobody, I'm a nobody. worst I've ever felt in my life. And when I got out of that situation, I swore I would never let myself get into that ever again. That I was going to be able to make my own way, make my own money, and take care of myself and my child. The fact that I had been kept under a man's thumb for so long, I wanted to be in their face. And being a truck driver gave me the independence to be able to know that I will never do that again. Drop this, hook up to the other one, move it, drop it, and then come back and hook up to this one and move it into place. They scan patients, it's like an x-ray for your muscles and your brain. I don't think they're hard to drive at all. I mean, a lot of other women say, oh, I could never get up and drive that big old thing, but yeah, you could.
Man. El Paso, Texas. Man, you can't beat this weather. You know that? You're talking to one of the, well, I call myself a renegade trucker now because I work for myself. Super trucker. You got it. He knows it. Yeah, we going over to the Chrome Shop, Lone Star Chrome Shop. This is where if you got a little extra change left over, you get your truck done up. Very important to take care of your truck.
Rick, what are you adding? Tractor trailer knobs, 3 LED lights, blue ones.
All these lights and things that you see is pretty much a dream I had when I first started trucking. I would see the trucks coming out of California, and they had what they call the California light kit. You know, that was lit up from the bumper to the back. Well, I said one day when I get my own, I was gonna do it. But I took it a little bit too far. I've got a total of 268 lights on this truck and trailer. Matter of fact, we counted yesterday. You never stop being a kid. You know, I don't care what you say, you just get older. It makes it a little bit more pleasant to look at when you open it up and you get inside. Impress the girls. Everything I do is for the women. Guys, I'm sorry, that's just my thing. Anything I do is for the women. I don't care if guys like it. It's what the women like. You got one in Arlington, you got one in Houston, you got one in El Paso, California, Ontario. Oh yeah, everywhere you go. So when the ladies kick you out at home after a couple of days, guys, just get in your truck and go. You know where your friend's waiting at. That's the way I do it. Never again, guys, will I have a single girl, not just one. Give me a plethora. What got me on the road was a relationship, was in it for 6 years. When it was all said and done, my bank account was depleted, 401 was depleted, had nothing. Picked up the newspaper and says, I'm gonna go work for Snyder. And the rest was history.
Going down the road, feeling bad by and by. Deep fried blues, but I'd rather die than cry. Gas station food bound to go stale soon. There's a curse in the air and a toenail moon. Yeah, some of these towns are still non-friendly. And this is the hammer that killed John Henry. I'm sick of being tired, sick of the circus life. Here daydreaming of a waitress as a perfect wife. Utterly inappropriate and taken out of context. Degenerate nervousness, developing a complex. No good with money, leftovers in a bitch bag. Frying pan soul, my face like a dish rag. A million old movies I figured I'd tell. Childhood memories triggered by smell. So now what you may ask, well that's hard to say. Cause that old Jack of Diamonds is a tough card to play. Another skull to crack, asking the dust. Stuck in a cul-de-sac. That may sound silly, but to me the threat is very real. So that's why I sing love songs clowns who carry steel, women in warfare, roaches and roadkills. No easy answers, no big lines and no frills. Catching the drift, receiving the warning. Packing my things, so leave in the morning. Drive all night, gonna see my friend. One day this highway will be my end. Now the hills are alive and the motor is dead. That man has a zero floating over his head. I follow my instincts, sometimes follow dogs. Drink muddy water, sleep inside hollow logs. Now what you may ask, well that's hard to say, cause that old Jack and Diamonds is a tough card to play.
Exit 352, go northbound on that 93. Up and over the railroad overpass. Once you get to the end of that guardrail, make a left-hand turn. Go down that dirt road and we'll be the first house on your right-hand side.
%90 of our business is with truck drivers. So if you want to know about truck drivers, this is where you come. Truck drivers basically have the same needs as we all do. And unfortunately, being out on the road all the time, those needs aren't met. So this is where our house comes in. We don't just provide sex for them, we do feed them also. We give them coffee, we give them somewhere to come to unwind without being in a truck stop. These are not lot lizards that come and knock on truck drivers' windows and wake them up at night. And we do offer on the CB no obligation conversation. Hookers and truck drivers get along really well because of the stigma of both industries. You will find a lot of times truckers are stereotyped as coffee drinking drug addicts. This is not true. And not all truck drivers cheat. Not all hookers give free sex on their days off. Because once you sell it, trust me, you sure in the hell don't want to give it away.
The other day, a gentleman came in, and it was a truck driver, and he had been widowed 5 years earlier. And for those 5 years, he never even looked at a woman. He never dated a woman or nothing because he was pining away for his wife. And finally, the other day, he decided that she was not coming back, that he has to go on with his life, and he just wanted to be with a woman again, to feel a woman's body and to hug her and feel the feminine again. And actually, that's about all there was to it. A lot of times, by talking with them, they give us things to think about too, just like we can give them things to think about. They might help us out once in a while, you know? For us, it's not always about the sex, you know? We have a life too. It's like, this is our truck, you know? This is the truck that we're stuck in for 3 weeks.
How about it? Anybody out there need any movies tonight? $5 a piece or 5 for 20? Where you at? I'm over here on the east side in the back.
I got something kind of special I'd like to say to all you truck drivers out there who might be listening right now. Also, a truck driver's prayer that I'd like to pass along to you, because I think it's kind of special too. But first, now I got a few things I've been wanting to say to you guys for a long time, and I think right now is a good time to do it. Like, did you know that me and just about everyone in country music who travel a lot have nothing but the highest respect for you, the truck driver? Dear God above, bless this truck I drive and help me keep someone alive. Be my mortal sight this day. Give me strength for every trip, so I may care for what they should, and make me mindful every mile that life is just a little while. Amen.
These pigs are going to Modesto, California. They'll be down there 8 o'clock, about 8 o'clock tonight, California time. We'll be unloading them, and they'll be putting a big pen with water, and tomorrow morning this time they'll probably be hanging on a hook. I love them. When you haul livestock, you're constantly aware of the fact that you do have a living thing in the back of that trailer. You go down the road here and you have a load of bananas on and you hit the ditch. Granted, a lot of damage is done. But so what? You lose your load. When I hit the ditch with a load of hogs on, I have to not worry about my truck. I have to worry about those animals back there. They're individual animals with individual personalities, and you have to love them to haul them. In a load, you'll get a comedian in there. Every time you walk by the trailer, he'll bark at you to say hi or whatever he's saying. I don't know what he's saying. I can't talk pig. And you want to bet that when it comes time to unload, he'll run around that trailer. He'll be the last guy off, and he'll give you a hard time coming off because he's just he's fooling around with you. I probably couldn't count the amount of hogs in my lifetime that I have hauled to slaughter. My wife keeps telling me, you're hauling them to their death, you know, how can you love them? Well, I love them while they're in my care. I take good care of them. I give them water. I love them while they're in my care. Once they're not in my care anymore, they're just something that is here for food, like picking an apple off an apple tree. My view of an animal is we raise them for one thing, and that is for food reasons, and that's it. I mean, we don't raise them as pets. When they kill them in large numbers, the pigs are electrocuted. You see, pigs are inquisitive, and it's their inquisitiveness that kills them. Because they're inquisitive about what's up that chute, so they're walking up the chute, you know, and then they get to the end and they'll stop there and look around, and then the voltage just goes through them, and they don't even quiver. They just kind of, they're dead. They lay down, they're dead. You know, and then that one drops off, and then his buddy's standing there wondering, where did he go? So he goes up there to have a look, and he gets it. I watched that process once, a long time ago, and it didn't bother me, but it really didn't, you know, I don't need to see it again. They knock 5,000 animals a day, and that's not even a big plant. I was down in Friona, Texas. They were doing 12,000 head a day down there. You take 5,000 head of animals and put them out here in a prairie, and you see them there, and then you visualize that amount of animals being put down by one plant in one day. The food chain is just it's mind-boggling.
Grew up here in Idaho off and on for the last 40 years. Pretty much lived my life behind one of these trucks when I wasn't in school. Did a 4-year stint in the Marine Corps and come right out of there and went to driving truck. There's no other place in the world that I'd rather live than in this state right here. When I was a kid, I'd hunt birds out here, pheasant, duck, quail, and they've turned it all into subdivisions out there. They've pushed the farmer back to where there is no land to farm anymore.
Come on, party dogs. This is Wally. This is Sarah. She's about 15 years old now. As you can see, they're gentle dogs, but if we walk out of the truck and someone tries to get in, they won't make it. I just help with the odds and ends. I help tarp and strap, do the cooking, argue with him.
I've always been kind of a loner until I met my wife. I'd been single 18 years, and I swore to God I'd never get married. But now she rides along with me, and so we're pretty much together, 98% of the time anyway. I've always lived in the state of Idaho, but I love down south. I was born up here, but my heart belongs down in Dixie. What do I wish? I wish for the freedom that that flag represents. It means a lost way of life. That war was fought for people's rights and state rights for political reasons to put the federal government in control. And that's probably when the downfall of the United States started.
Can't no one tell me what to wear, and I don't want to cut my hair. Who's to say you'll rule the day? Got holes in my shoes, I'm acting like I know the half high school gear. My black and white photograph, Easter eyes, it's all brand new. Can't tell who bought the walls and you. Pick or choose and lick your wounds and dieting for pride, and you're riding so quietly. You're menace to the dentist, you're a menace to society. Enough. That's enough.
There's no reason in the world they got to be this high. Diesel is a derivative of crude oil, and gasoline is derived from the diesel. So why is diesel not being refined as much as gasoline more expensive than the gasoline that has to be refined more? $366.78 for 115 gallons worth of fuel. This load probably pays $800 from where I picked it up to where it goes, and a third of that went in this tank to get it there.
There's the whole story right there.
That's the whole story.
Bullet holes kinda wide, be blue. You need me more than I need you. Take your place, I'll break your face. Fire in your veins, gasoline in your bends. There's poison in the well, Vaseline on the lens. It's enough. Enough. That's enough. I've had enough. Enough.
I say we're headed for real bad times. It's going to get a lot worse than what it is. The evidence I see is mostly the government conspiracies to defraud the American people. This government should be overthrown by force or by the people having them step down, you know. I'd like to see them all kicked out of office and everybody hold their own elections like they used to do. But you can spout revolution all you want, but they've got too big a stranglehold on us to get any kind of revolution going in this country. If we tried to shut a city down or even stage a strike, we'd all be hauled off to jail. Anything over 5 trucks within a certain space is considered a convoy and is illegal. Come here. Get out there. That's enough, Wally. I still believe in America, and there's got to be a government. There has to be a law and order. But it's got to be a fair government for the people, by the people.
Truckers are patriotic to a fault. I mean, it's red, white, and blue, and it's, I believe, as it should be. We see more of this country than any average citizen, so we know a lot about what this country is about. We do not hate the government. What truckers hate is the government being involved in every aspect of our lives. The regulations, the DOT checks in some states are just asinine. The fuel prices are rigged. The corporate takeover of America is something that's been going on for many, many years. Greed is the problem of this whole earth today, is greed. And that's just the long and the short of it.
I just emptied out in Seattle, actually. I was pulling vinyl products for flooring. This right here, I grew up in this area right here. Chippewa Cree, Siletz, Grand Round, and Osage on my mom's side of the family. I'm indigenous on my dad's side and my mom's side. Truck driving's done a lot for me. I would have never been able to see places of my ancestors all the way over to New York, the Onondagas, you know, the Huron, the Creek, the Lake, the Sac, the Fox, the Menominees, the Ho-Chunks, the Winnebagos, you know, the entire country, you know, had it not been for, you know, this truck. The City of Roses, also known as the 503. Before all those buildings were there, Portland must have been awe-inspiring. They say in this valley, from the stories of my grandmothers and grandfathers, that the forest was so thick and dense, you couldn't see the skyline. And now you look at it, you know, and they call this city and all this stuff, they call it, you know, the future. I guess. About the future of the Earth, I'm certain. The Earth is just fine. It's us that's gonna be in trouble. This is the gorge, man. That's Crown Point up there. In Chihuahua, that means big river. Every one of these stars right here is one of 100,000 different bands of people and tribes that existed here that still have no recognition today. Being it upside down, it's an SOS, you know? Infant mortality, intoxicants, suicide rate on any given reservation in the United States. We're fucking screwed right now. Yeah, we got casinos, but you know the mafia's involved. Yeah, we've got a lot of money coming in, but that doesn't mean they're giving that money in education and other types of programs and services so they don't have to sell crack. You know, these things are not few and far between on the res. My thought is the United States government is encroaching upon my right to live a real life. But until they can prove to me that they're intelligent enough to do something for the entirety of this world, I don't want to hear a fucking thing that they have to say. And that right there, when they say Redskins, it says, you know what? You're not good enough to be recognized as a human being, so we'll make you a sports logo. Redskins. I'm not overbearing all the time, but I would do everything I can to see that people are able to stand on their own 2 feet, have what they need. You know, because it's possible. I can look at that every day. I know my grandma's did.
Southbound kanał. Southbound. Yo. Jest tu kto, panowie, kanał? Jest tu kto? Jest tu kto? I am Polish, from Europe. So everybody call me Jack. My really name is Jacek. This is a good one. United States is beautiful country, it's huge country. It's a good place to live. It's a different state, different culture, you know. Indians, Mexicans, you know, like me, like I'm living in Chicago. Lots of people from my country in Chicago. A lot. If you come from Europe, if you like it work, you find a job over here. You find a job. If you go to Europe, if you go to my country, no freaking way. In my country, it's very hard to live.
Każde pokolenie ma własny czas. Każde pokolenie chce zmierzyć wzrok.
Freedom. I don't know where is freedom. Freedom, I think, you do whatever you like to do. I think this is freedom. If you like it, now hit the wall, you hit the wall. If you like it, I don't know, go to vacation, go to vacation. If you want to go everywhere. If you like it something, if you do, this is the freedom. Hey, it's beautiful, you see, man? Look, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Look, who wants to fight right now? Who? Who wants to fight right now? Nobody.
Tylko ślady pokolenia. Każde pokolenie ma własny błąd.
Free! Free, I am free.
Każde pokolenie rozwieje się, a nasze nie. Nasze nie.
My name, plain as day, the unsung man. Upside down, I know this place is part of me. Back of my hand, tons of steel, smell of diesel, torn up souls, mistaken faces. I've seen apparitions, angels, monuments, vacant places, accidents and miracles. Sights for sore eyes, hurt and bitter. Simple pleasures, middle fingers, moving pictures, dirt and glitter. Magic deserts, roofless cities, lucky break and broken mirror. Up above and down below, secret voices spoken clear.
He's looking up the codes now to tell me what's wrong. Oh, you guys are saving my ass. All right, turn the key on. All right, well, that's for the computer reset, right? GT. All right, here we go. I'm on my way. All right, thank you, sir. Bye. Power of positive thinking. I live for today. Tomorrow never comes and yesterday's gone. All that really matters for me is today. I try to stay in today.
Anybody out there got a copy on Smokey? Everybody got a copy on Smokey? I saw Smokey over in Texas yesterday. Was he rolling westbound? Smokey! Yeah, the going up the 15 is going to take him 2 hours. I know traffic's back up to the 250. It's just going slow. You got an SUV on the right-hand side, flipped upside down. If I was to go over there, it'd take me 4 hours. But if I was to turn around and come back, it only takes you 4.5 hours back in 3 minutes, 22 seconds, and 50 milliminutes. Come on, driver. Let's move some of these trucks out the fuel hour now. You gotta get out and show him how. Everybody's gotta learn. He can do it. 10-4, I had to go through it too. Hey, he's doing all right. He got out and looked, and he's taking his time.
Man, you got everything and their brother out here. So, I mean, you got American truck drivers, Mexican truck drivers, Polish truck drivers, Russian truck drivers. You got cowboys, you got Indians, you got bikers, you got doctors that got kicked out of being a doctor. You got lawyers that can't lawyer anymore. You're going to get the guys that are little hermits. You're going to get the supercomputer geek. But I'll tell you what, man, you're going to find a lot of really great people. You're going to find people that really care. They have barbecues. They feed other people at the truck stops. You got everybody out here.
Hey, cowboy. Yeah, girl. You said you're over by the scale. Yeah, come on over. You pass that scale, just keep coming. Yeah, you know that island in the middle? I'm looking at that trash can. What are you looking at in front of you? Who's your friend? Okay, hold on just a minute, sir. I'm not commercial. I'm just the party entertainer coordinator. If I ain't got it, I'll get it. If I can't get it, I'll locate it. Currently, I'm trying to sell a car for 29. I don't think that's illegal, man. My 29 is not for sale, driver.
I got 29. Now I gotta have it. I won't be able to sleep tonight.
Don't even ask, because it's not for sale. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. The only thing I own, my 29. I'm going westbound on the big road. Bye-bye.
You don't even have a truck. I just want to get it in radio. I just feel like a truck driver.